Welcome back to our channel where we break down government spending and follow the money trail. Today, we're diving deep into Victoria Police funding, specifically looking at the unprecedented $1 million reward recently announced for Dezi Freeman, and more importantly, where that money actually comes from. Let's start with the headline number. Victoria Police has announced a $1 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Desmond Philby, also known as Desmond Freeman, wanted in connection with the murder of two police officers in Porepunkah in August 2025. This isn't just another reward, it's the largest amount ever offered in Victoria's history for an arrest. But here's what makes this different from typical rewards. The money is being offered for Philby's arrest, not his conviction. That's unusual. Most reward programs require a conviction before payment. This shows just how urgently Victoria Police wants to bring this case to a close. To understand where this $1 million comes from, we need to look at Victoria Police's overall budget, and the numbers are massive. For the 2025 to 26 financial year, Victoria Police received $4.5 billion from the Victorian government. That's billion with a B, $4.5 billion to fund their operations for 1 year. To put that in perspective, that's roughly $650 for every single person living in Victoria. Looking at the trends, this represents a significant increase from previous years. In 2023 to 2024, the budget was $4.128 billion, meaning there's been substantial budget growth, reflecting increased investment in community safety and policing. Victoria Police uses this $4.5 billion budget to deliver policing services 24/7 across the state. Based on typical Australian police budget allocations, here's how that money is likely distributed. Personnel costs, wages, benefits, training. Approximately 75 to 85%, or around $3.4 to $3.8 billion. Equipment and technology, roughly 5 to 8%, or about $225 to $360 million. Vehicle fleet maintenance and replacement, around 3 to 5%, or approximately $135 to $225 million. Infrastructure and facilities, about 4 to 6%, or roughly $180 to $270 million. Investigation costs, approximately 2 to 3%, or around $90 to $135 million. Special operations, roughly 1 to 2%, or about $45 to $90 million. Rewards and incentive programs, less than 0.1%, or under $4.5 million annually. These percentages are estimates based on standard Australian police budget structures, as Victoria Police doesn't publicly break down their exact spending by category. Now, where does that $1 million specifically come from? Reward payments like this typically come from Victoria Police's operational budget under investigation and special operations allocations. The force doesn't maintain a separate reward fund. These payments are drawn from existing budget allocations. What's interesting is that Victoria Police can authorise rewards up to certain amounts without additional government approval. For a reward this large, $1 million, this would have required high-level approval, possibly from the police minister or even cabinet level. Looking ahead, the Victorian government's 2025 to 26 budget shows continued heavy investment in policing and community safety. The government has allocated $1.6 billion specifically for community safety measures, which includes backing new bail laws and supporting police workforces. The Victoria Police Corporate Plan for 2025 to 2026 shows additional output funding of $1.76 million in new Victorian state funding, plus $4.92 million to be sourced from existing internal resources. From a taxpayer perspective, you might wonder, is $1 million too much for one reward? Let's break this down. The ongoing manhunt for Philby involves hundreds of police officers, specialist units including the Critical Incident Response Team helicopter and aircraft operations, interstate coordination community safety measures. This manhunt is burning through hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars every day. Here's the reality. If that $1 million reward gets results and ends this operation, it could actually cost us less than letting this thing drag on indefinitely. So what happens when someone actually claims this $1 million? Police verify your tip actually led to the arrest, senior command signs off on it. Money comes out of existing budget allocations. If needed, government tops up the budget. The cash doesn't magically appear. It gets shuffled from other parts of Victoria Police's budget. To put the $1 million in context, typical police rewards in Victoria range from $10,000 to $100,000. The previous largest reward in Victorian history was significantly smaller than this $1 million offer, showing just how serious this case is being treated. This escalation in reward money reflects the resources already being expended on the manhunt. So where does the $1 million reward come from? It comes directly from Victorian taxpayers through the state government, allocated to Victoria Police's $4.51 billion annual budget. It's an unprecedented amount that reflects the unprecedented nature of this case. This reward represents about 0.02% of Victoria Police's total annual budget, a relatively small percentage of their overall funding, but a massive amount in reward terms. Whether this investment pays off depends on whether it leads to Freeman's arrest and the resolution of this case. From a budget perspective, if it ends the expensive ongoing manhunt, it could actually represent good value for taxpayers. What do you think? Is $1 million an appropriate reward for this case? Or is it too much public money for one investigation? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more updates on this case.